wherever you are.
Good evening.
Yeah, thank you for your patience, and thank you for being here. So tonight I am going to be looking at a combo, that is F1 and F2, the connection, and how you can uh, look at both interviews. And so while we are looking at the combo, the F1 and F2, we will be also discussing how both visas are linked together, how they are all connected, and how one cannot do without the other. So we'll be looking at both scenarios to see how we can address the questions that may come up during a possible visa interview. So I just want to remind you that this video is streamed live on YouTube. You have every right to decline being part of this session. However, your private or personal information will not be part of this conversation. So you can decline if you don't want to be part of it. You can also go ahead. As I said, your personal information will not be part of it. It's just for educational purposes. All right. So do you have any question? Yes, go ahead. Al.
Okay. Yeah, good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, please, I'm wondering, will there be more interviews? Because my interview is coming up on Monday. I've done one, what's it called, run with you. I don't know if...
That's why I'm here. So if you're ready, let's go.
Yes, I am.
Okay. So what are you actually going for? F1 or F2?
F1.
Is this your first visa interview?
Yes, this is my first interview.
Have you traveled out of the country? Can you take care of the noise coming from your background, please?
No, it's not my background.
Please, if you are not with me, can you turn off your microphone? All right. So before, who is talking now? Is it Alf?
Yes, it's me.
Okay, because I'm seeing Alf. Okay. All right. So where are you traveling to?
I'm traveling to Denver, Colorado.
So when they ask you that question, what they're looking for is the name of your school and the location of your school. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let me take it again.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I'm going to University of Denver in Colorado.
Okay. And what are you going there to do?
I'm going to pursue my master's in business analytics.
Master's in business analytics. And what did you study in your first degree?
I studied agricultural economics. Transition to right after.
Hold on. Just, I always encourage people when they are asking you a question, they have a reason for every question they're asking you. Allow them to exhaust the question. There are occasions where you can interject or add more things, but when they're asking you a question, just allow them to ask you a question. So the question is, what did you study or what did you major in your first degree? You said agri-economics. Then wait, and then they may want to ask you, what are you doing currently?
Okay.
What are you doing currently?
Okay, you're asking, yeah? Okay. currently working as a planning and optimization engineer specializing in data reporting in telecommunications.
Okay, telecom.
Yes.
And what are you? You are going for MSc in business what?
I'm going for MS in business analytics. Although on my I-20, sorry, this is me asking you now. On my I-20 is stated as business statistics. My school explained that that's the code the US government assigned to my school for that particular program.
All right. So it's up to you to explain that to your VO, right? But I always
Okay.
encourage people to just be very conversational. When you go there, they ask you, just be able to explain that in a very simple conversational way. Don't deviate from the conversation. Don't go into talking too much to explain what is not necessary, right? So,
Okay.
so they may want to ask you, why did you choose this course? Why the sudden change?
Okay. Well, I will say sudden change because currently specialized in data reporting, and I have the need to upgrade my skills in analytics to meet the evolving demands of my current role and my future role, and ultimately contribute to the success of my organization. That's one.
All these are blankets.
Secondly,
These are blanket statements. You've not said anything. So you see, to whom much is given, much is expected. You just made a statement, yes, but in that statement, I'm not finding any reason why I should give you a visa because they are blanket statements. What your VO is expecting you to do is to break it down, concretize that, look for a problem in your organization and analyze it. Just make a case study. Simple.
okay,
Why
I
did
can
you
take
choose
that
this
again.
course? Yeah, go ahead. Why did you choose this course?
Okay. This program will enable me improve my proficiency in SQL and Python programming, and also develop skills in business intelligence and visualization tools such as
Hold
Tableau and
on,
Power
hold
BI.
on. You're not just going to get SQL and Python programming. There's a problem. There's a reason. Can you mention
Okay,
that
I'm
reason?
getting there.
No,
I'm
no,
getting
no.
there.
Don't go there. Strike your
Okay,
juicy points first.
okay,
Because they're making decision right. They may not listen to the end. So why do you need to save your juicy answers last? Present it first, then you explain. Does it make sense?
okay.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, it does, it does,
good. So
it does.
present your case first, then explain later. Because you may not
Okay,
have a second chance. And remember, the first 120 seconds are usually when you make your first impression about yourself. Why do you need to waste it?
okay. All
So
right. Thank you. Let me take it again.
shoot.
Okay, I have a big interest in big data analytics and Excel being one of the sole tools.
Hold on. You started well before. Now you're making it boring. You started well before.
Okay,
Go straight to the problem, talk about the solution, and move on. You have used
okay,
3 bullet points and summarize like succinctly. Don't
okay,
waste this opportunity. Like, okay, let me give you an instance. Okay,
okay, okay,
why did you choose this course, or what's so special to you about this course? I chose this course for 3 reasons. First, we have a problem with regard to data managing and data breaches in my organization, and this problem has cost my organization so much amount to the extent that we are doing blah blah. We are incurring this, we are doing this, and I am going for this course because I want to upgrade my experience, particularly with learning data and learning Python, and talk about the tools you want to learn to be able to curb this problem, to be able to solve this problem. Period. Then
okay,
secondly, talk about an experience you had in your organization that this school you are attending will help you to resolve. An experience like a problem or a policy issue or something. Everything you are saying to your VO should be in a practical sense, not in an ambiguous sense, because I can go online and Google all these things and say it. That's not what they are looking for. Particularize it to yourself, make it personal. Make your case personal.
Okay.
Does it make sense?
Oh, yeah, it does. It does.
Okay, that's what they're looking for. Break it down, particularize that issue, make it your own case. When you make it your own case, it becomes convincing. But when you say it like every other person, it won't be convincing. They won't. It won't strike a point, because what you are doing there is to be able to convince your VO. All right.
Okay. All right. All right. All right. Okay. Okay. I would say, I'll say let me take it again, but I feel like I will go back to watch this.
Good.
And make
Thank
changes.
you.
So
Thank
maybe
you.
we can move on to
Second one. Good. Now,
yeah.
Why did you choose this school? So remember the 3 bullet points, and the second one may come this way. Why did you choose this school?
Okay. Okay. I chose this school for 2 reasons. First, I was awarded a global merit scholarship that would cover 30% of my tuition. And then secondly, this school offers masters in business analytics in such a way that it fits right to my needs.
You see, you can feel that your arguments are no longer flowing. You can feel it, right?
Yeah, I can feel it.
So that's why it's good to have a bullet point. Bullet point helps you to analyze and articulate better. So I chose this school for 3 reasons. First, do you have any references? Do you have people who have been to this school? Do you have people who referred you, who told you about this school? Begin with that.
Okay.
Talk about, I was recommended, this school was recommended to me by a friend, a colleague, a professor, a teacher, whoever it is, an in-law who has been to this school and currently working in Nigeria. If it's your team member, one of my team member who was a former student of this school recommended it. I enjoy the way he works. He is very hardworking and all that. Then, second reason why you chose this school, you mentioned you were awarded a prestigious scholarship covering 30%. Based on your excellent academic records, you were awarded a prestigious scholarship covering 30% of your tuition, which is a good reason to choose a school. Then the third reason might be to mention what you mentioned earlier. Talk about a problem in your organization that this school has a solution to. So talk about it in a very straightforward, practical sense.
Can I ask you something?
Yeah, go ahead.
I have a question. Okay, so is it safe? Is it a good idea? Because in the course of my research, right, my interest is in big data analytics and big data and predictive analytics. But most schools offer it as big data analytics alone, and then machine learning and predictive analytics. So the University of Denver was just one of the few schools, if not the only school that I came across, offering it to as a research interest.
You've not said anything. So what is the question?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So my question is, one of the reasons, is it safe to say that one of the reasons is the fact that this school is the only school that I came across, because I couldn't have said for all schools, that most schools I was seeing were offering descriptive predictive analytics alongside big data analytics as research interest.
This is not bad, right? It's not a bad answer, but I encourage people to Provide answers that will support your case. Do you understand me? Don't waste your time talking about something that will not help your case. You are talking about school. We are asking you, I'm encouraging candidates to talk about themselves. Talk about themselves rather than talking about school. Yesterday, somebody was talking about how school was wonderful. This, I said, have you been to this school? He said, no. I said, please talk less about school. Talk about yourself. Instead of spending this time hailing this school that you have not been to, you don't know the school, you don't know how they do that, you just read it. Please use that time, convert it to yourself. What do I mean by that? You have a lot of explanation to make about your program. Why did you choose this school? I chose this school. The third reason is because I have this research I'm doing based on what we encountered in our organization. You mentioned that problem in your organization, and this school has something similar to offer me, which will help me solve and tackle this problem. You mentioned it using your computer language. What else are you looking for? In very succinct manner. Does it make sense?
Yes, it does.
Period. That's all you need. That's your interview is not supposed to last more than 7 minutes unless your VO is interested in you and they are looking for more points to convince them. So you really have to save your energy from talking too much. We are Nigerians. We like to talk too much. But there are times when talking too much has to be minimized and has to be converted to your own advantage. You don't want to start doing damage control. I don't want you to do that. So focus on yourself, focus on your program. Forget about school. All right?
All right.
Thank you.
All right.
So
Thank you. Thank you so much.
you're welcome. I hope this helps you resolve that confusion, right?
It does. Well, the next time we speak, hopefully, not like hopefully, I'm going to take time, spend time on this video. I'll fix it up.
All right, good. All right, then so the next one might be who is covering the remaining deficit of your program.
Okay, my deficit will be covered by my mentor and guardian, in the person of so and so. He has sponsored my brother in the past. His master's in the UK and he's back in Nigeria now.
Good. So come again. Who is sponsoring this? Who did you say is
my mentor? The deficit of my tuition will be sponsored by my mentor and guardian, who has mentored me and taken guardianship of my.
Hold on. Why don't you just use your guardian?
He's my dad's oldest friend. Actually, my dad's closest friend.
Yeah. So use your guardian.
Sorry.
I said use
my guardian.
Yeah, use your guardian. A guardian is always a mentor. So the emphases are not necessary. Your guardian is always a mentor.
Okay.
And in case your VO wonders why should your guardian be sponsoring you, that is where now that's the second point you mentioned. So this is one of the occasions I encourage people to overtalk. Do you understand what I'm saying? One of the occasions I encourage candidates to overtalk, like when you mention someone who is not your dad or your mom, even your dad or your mom, please, when it comes to this point about sponsorship, add that. If your sponsor has sponsored someone, add it to your case, because what your VO will be doing is to build a pattern. So you're helping them to build a pattern without asking. So what they may do is, okay, this person that is sponsoring you has sponsored someone before. And if this person has sponsored someone before, the chances are higher that if you are given a chance, you will do the same thing, so long as the person return back to Nigeria. So you can build that pattern there. So that's a good way to say it.
Okay. But is it okay, right? To like saying that he has sponsored a sibling, a biological sibling of mine.
Yeah.
Is a strong
point. Yeah, that's.
So is it also okay to make it stronger? I mean, of course, if he's sponsoring me and has sponsored my brother in the past, of course he would have sponsored his own kids as well, right?
Yeah,
Is that a necessary point to add?
mention that there are there's a way our Nigerian family is. It's not like the way we have here in the US where only your parents can sponsor you. We have this communal life whereby even extended family members can take up your sponsorship. So you can mention it in such a way that this he is a lover of education. He loves all that kind of stuff. But you don't need to explain all this unless you are asked. But they go straight to the
Okay.
point. He also sponsored my siblings and all that, his own kids, and they're all in Nigeria working. So this is what he does. Like he's an education lover. So all that kind of stuff that just background to this identity of the person who is sponsoring you. All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, I also want to ask. So, say for instance, they ask for bank statements,
Hmm.
right? Is it are they demanding for most recent or the one sent to school that I used to retrieve to get my I-20?
Okay. Yeah. Somebody put up that question. Usually, your bank statement should not be more than 3 months.
Okay.
So if the one you submitted to the school is more than 3 months, you need a fresh one. If it's not more than 3 months, it's good to go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it
Okay.
takes it takes that length of time to be able to follow a pattern in somebody's account.
Yeah. And say they ask how much does a sponsor earn monthly or what's this? So because
Put it
he
annually.
is
Don't say monthly. Put it annually.
annually,
Yes. Make
okay,
make
annually.
yeah. Make a summary, including yours too. If they ask you, put it annually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. 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 Okay.
And
Yeah.
are you married? Do you have kids? Do you have dependents?
No, I'm not married. No kids, no dependents.
Okay. So the answer usually would be no or yes. But if you answer this way, it's not bad. But usually, I encourage people just no, yes. And if they have more questions, that would be wonderful. But please remember to make your interview conversational. Don't make it look like
Okay.
an interview. Engage. Talk about things. Your composure is very good. I'm not feeling like you're tensed up. You're slow. You're straight to the point. This is the approach. So this is what I recommend for everybody. Have that comportment. Go straight to the point. Avoid too much talking. Please, that is what kills a lot of us. We want to explain. We don't need that explanation. Just go straight to the point.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you.
So, okay, somebody posted something here. Somebody said, with the bank statement of your Bruno said, with the bank statement of your sponsor include the month of your interview. So, if you understand what if you're Bruno, if you really understood what I just said, this question may not be necessary. I said, if you sent a bank statement to school and during your interview or before your interview, the bank statement you are going to the interview is more than 3 months, you need a fresh one. And if you are picking that fresh one, make sure it covers your tuition, because you may just go and pick another one and it does not amount to your tuition. So you'll be in trouble. So make sure it covers your tuition. So, and you can also attach the old one there, but make sure your bank statement must be at least 3 months.
And say you got bank statement given the very when because mine is from 2020, so that was when I got my admission. So if the bank statement can the bank statements change? Like if because the idea is also to take the one that I submitted to school.
How do you mean?
And
How do you mean?
okay, so I mean the one I submitted to school was in USD, was a US account,
Mm-hmm.
right? If now what my sponsor gives me is in Naira,
Mm-hmm.
doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. It
Okay.
doesn't matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter so long as it covers the amount on your tuition for your tuition. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
But this person giving you the USD is a person in Nigeria or overseas?
Yeah, he's in Nigeria.
Okay,
He's
okay,
in
that's
Nigeria.
okay. So the person is giving you a dumb account. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah,
That's
he's a
fine.
dumb account.
But if you have it in Naira, that's better. You know, if you have
Okay,
it
it's
in
better.
Naira, that's better. Yeah. Otherwise, if you have it in dollar, that's fine. It doesn't matter. But carry both of them and go there. If they ask you, give them all of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So I wanted to look at an F2. Someone started talking to me about F2 today. So I wanted to just pick one F2 case because the caption of this session is F1 and F2. I want to just make a case study with an F2. Is there any F2 in the house?
Yes, there is.
Were you the one who reached out to me?
Oh, I was the one. I reached out to you.
Okay. Okay, so present your matter. Let's see how we can deconstruct it.
Okay.
But please keep your personal information out of the conversation. Okay.
Okay, it is on my laptop now. I'm trying to copy it. Oh.
Copy what? What do you want to copy? Eh?
Are you talking about the transcript?
No, I don't need your transcript. Talk to me.
Oh, okay.
I don't do that. I engage people one on one. You mentioned you wanted to send me a transcript. I said no. I like to engage people one on one because your transcript, you may go there tomorrow. Tension will catch you and you start speaking in tongues. So I prefer to deal with people one on one. That's why I asked you to bring it here so that others can learn as well from that. So tell me about your matter.
So I'm an F2 visa applicant, and my husband just recently traveled. So, but I have like some important issues I wanted, especially with the question as to why didn't I interview him. So regarding that, he he got approved like 5 days before our court wedding, which was last month. So he went for the interview like 2 days before our court wedding. So I don't know if the VO would start questioning because I really don't know I'm going to have to answer that question if in case it comes up during the course of the interview that why didn't I interview me? Would you advise I tell them that my certificate wasn't ready at that time, that we had not
Hold on. Hold on.
Okay. Okay, sir.
So if I may ask you, what was the reason why you didn't why you didn't interview with him?
Yeah, it was because we were not legally married then.
So, but you had your wedding coming up, and he got his interview through an EA, right?
Yes.
So it's not your fault. You had a wedding planned, EA got approved, and then he had to go for it. So there is no way you can shoot on the truth. It's there. Say it the way it is. You had a wedding planned, but before the wedding, incidentally, his EA got approved earlier before your wedding, so he had to go because you don't want to come for the interview and then you be asked, "Are you married?" and then you don't have any legal backing to show for it. So that's the reason why you didn't come with it. But you prepared with him. Listen, look at how you put it. When you asked why didn't you interview with him, you said we had our preparation together. We were supposed to come together, but his EA got approved before your wedding. So because you don't have any legal backing for that interview to show that you are legally married, you didn't want to go with him. So that's the reason why as soon as you finalize with your wedding, that's why you're here.
Okay.
Does it make sense?
Yes, sir. Yes,
okay.
Sir.
So you can go back to this video and listen to it again if you forget it. Yeah, go ahead. You wanted to say something.
Yeah, so also I was going to ask because my dad would be the one, so I just wanted to also seek your advice. And my dad is going to be the one to constrain my deficit there. So I don't know if it makes sense.
Yeah, parents are stronger. Parents, spouse, they are strong. They are strong. They are strong sponsors. Yeah, a dad will
Because
always be a dad, no matter how much you get married. Your dad. Listen, the first boyfriend of a woman and the first husband of any woman is her dad.
okay, sir.
Always remember that. And the VOs understand the personal attachment that fathers have with their daughters. Look for the book, Fathers and Daughters. It will explain better for you.
Okay, sir.
All right.
Okay.
So that's
It was actually a statement of account that is for the I-20.
that's fine.
Because I was a bit scared of using it because from previous interviews I've attended and all, a lot of them use their spouse, and my husband's deficit was a lot, was about 100 and something plus because it was made for an MBA. So that was why I thought of using my dad.
It doesn't matter so long it doesn't matter so long as your dad is willing and he has a document to show for that. I think what you must focus on is on yourself. So
Okay,
if you
sir.
have if you have your dad sponsoring you, that's cool enough.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Okay,
And
sir.
then do you have kids?
Thank you, sir. Yeah. I think because I was trying to put the transcript together. I just needed like clarification on some stuff.
No,
Yeah,
I
that was
don't.
why.
Yeah, I don't need your transcript. I just want to talk to you. You see the way I'm talking to you. That's the
Yes,
way
yes,
it will
yes,
be. I
yes.
believe in real life, real time, because most time people put up those all those transcripts, and the only thing it does is to help make you to memorize those. I don't want you to memorize the answers. Say it the way it is. Like the truth is there. It's obvious, but talk about the reason most times people fail interviews not because they don't know what to say. They have it. They have the information, but in trying to present it, they say more than they need to say, or they say less than they need to say, or they put it in a way that it does not make sense. Because your interviewer wants to be convinced. You don't even need to finish what you're saying for them to be convinced. So that's the focus. So if you present your case this way, I think it will make a point without magnifying issues and alarming proportions. So do you have kids or dependents?
Not yet. We just got married.
All right. So just present your case the way it is. Okay. And if they
Okay.
ask you, what will you be doing in the US when you get there?
So I just went through it with my husband who recently
You have not answered that question. So this is also a good reason to deny you visa if you answer this way. So what will you be doing when you get to the US?
so I intend spending time with my husband, like spend bonding with him as much as I can,
Hold
and
on,
also help him.
ma'am.
Okay, sir.
If they ask you that question, it's very simple. Your husband is still, how long did they travel?
We traveled 2 weeks ago.
And when are you planning for your interview? When are you planning to travel?
So I've not gotten a date yet.
Okay.
I'm being hopeful that hopefully I get. I'm being hopeful that I get a date next month, October.
Okay. So had it been you're traveling earlier enough, I would have encouraged you. Normally, I encourage people to talk about your husband will be taking care of um,
At least I can't hear you.
yeah. Hold
I
on.
think
It
someone's
looks
mic is on. I'm struggling to hear.
yeah. Please, can you turn off your mic if you are not here? Somebody says, Anthony, can you please? Yeah. David, can you off your mic? David, can you mute your? Okay, I'm gonna do it myself from here. Oh my goodness. Hold on. The worst thing is this thing is just. Hold on, guys. Okay, I got it. Yeah, we got that sorted out.
Okay.
Okay, so usually I encourage people when they get into that kind of situation, normally it's normal to understand that while your husband is busy trying to get down with his orientation and registration and accommodation, he can't do all that at the same time. So the F2 will be there to help him settle in why he goes about his orientation and admission processes. This is what I encourage people to do. So in your own case, you are coming after probably after 2 weeks or 2 months or a month. He must have been able to settle in. So your own case might be different. So you're going to see him. So which makes more sense that you're going to see him and also, you know, um, just you can factor that out. I'm not going to say anything back to that. But you have according to the F1 F2 provisions, you can travel together or you can travel later. So it doesn't matter.
Yes, sir.
All right. So far so good, and congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, Bruno, you raised your hand. Yes. Pardon? I can hear you. Your internet. I don't know if anybody is hearing you. Your internet is very, very bad. Please, can you I want to plead with all of you. Can you while while I'm gonna be answering questions from Bruno, please can you just go to the YouTube channel and just like and subscribe, please. Can you go to the YouTube channel, just like and or subscribe, please, if you don't mind. It won't take you up to a minute. Just go to the YouTube, like or subscribe. Click on that link, like or subscribe. So the more you engage that channel, it helps other people to see it visible when they want to search for it. So that's why I'm asking you to engage. Just like or subscribe. It won't take anything from you. Click on that YouTube channel. Just like or subscribe. It will help people to see it each time they log in. Please do me that favor. Thank you. I'm seeing 3 people just like we're about 15 people here. So, all right. Toyin, you are raising your hand. Bruno, I'm not hearing you.
Good evening, everyone.
Yes, good evening.
Yeah, I actually want advice. What I want to let us to understand is that.
Who is this? Who is this?
This is Tony.
All right, Tony.
Please, I will join. Please, I will comment later. Please.
Are you asking a question or you are making a suggestion?
No, I just want to advise. I will do that later, please. In a few minutes.
All right, Bruno. Bruno, yes, Bruno. Bruno, go ahead. Hello, Bruno. I can't hear you. All right, I can. Okay, I can hear you. Go ahead. Can you work on your reception? I guess you're having a very bad reception. So I'll take on David. David, you raise your hand. Hello? All right, I'll go for the next candidate if nobody's talking.
Let me go next.
All right. So have you is this your first visa interview?
Yes, it is.
Okay, I'm asking you this because I don't have access to your information, right? So that's why I'm asking. Normally they have access to all that. And have you traveled out of the country before?
Yes, I have.
Where did you travel?
Dubai, Kenya, Lebanon, and Ghana.
And what did you go there to do?
Vacation.
Okay. And where are you traveling today?
I'm traveling to Edwards College, located at Madison, Wisconsin.
What are you going there to do?
I'm going for my master's degree program in business administration with a major in management sciences and quantitative methods.
So, what did you major in your first degree?
Urban planning, urban and regional planning,
And what are you doing currently?
business administration.
No, what are you doing currently? Like, where are you working?
Okay, I work with townfield solicitors. They oversee the legal aspect of real estate businesses.
Okay. So, and you're going for business administration.
Yes,
Okay. So, why did you choose this course? What's so special for you about this course?
I chose this course for two reasons. Firstly, I majored in urban planning in my first degree, and I haven't worked with the Ministry of Urban Development. I I noticed some challenges like the siting regarding siting of production houses. I realized that most production houses were improperly sited, which causes flooding as we are experiencing now. And I believe this experience will enable me properly site production houses as I plan to start up a planning firm in Nigeria when I return back to Nigeria. Secondly, this degree will equip me with the advanced experience to effect the position of administrative secretary at my current place of work, where I'll be making policy decisions like client communication procedures and also what matters the firm will accept.
How do you feel about your answers?
Good.
Okay, let me puncture some holes, just a little one. All right. The first one you gave, it's wonderful, right? When you mentioned about uh, a problem you are encountering. Then the second one, you mentioned the role you are going to assume. I always encourage people when you mention role, do not use the word role and do not use the word status. Always talk about a position that it will help you to uh, be to make decisions or to make policies. So um, it's if it's possible to mention those roles in such a way that you present the options first rather than the role first. Unless you are presenting the role as you have this role already, you've been promoted to this role, and because you don't have the relevant knowledge to drive that role, then you can mention it in such a way. This is another way to present it. I was recently promoted to this role, but because I don't have the relevant knowledge or experience to, carry on my responsibilities, which is making decision for this, making this, making this, making this. This is the reason why I'm going for this to upgrade myself to be able to come back and take this responsibility. Does it make sense?
Yes, it does.
So you mentioned role. If you're already in that role, if you're not in that role, please, education is not this. Education in Western world is not the same thing with education in Nigeria. In Nigeria, we see education as a status thing, as a role thing, just like they do in the ministries, promotional exam. Education is not for promotional exam. Education is for providing solutions or to solving problems. So if you present it to your interviewer that you assume the role of this, you assume the manager, that is not impressive. If I'm the person, I'm not going to give you visa. But if you present to me, okay, I was recently promoted to this role. Unfortunately, I don't have any idea about what to do about in terms of tackling this problem, this problem, this problem in our organization. So I want to upgrade myself. I want to upgrade myself to be able to solve these particular problems. Or you are promoted to this role, but you don't have the relevant knowledge. and you want to upgrade yourself to be able to tackle these problems. Now that makes more sense. But if you present it like you this knowledge, this experience will help you to get the position of this, I would not encourage you to use that. That's a red flag, because it's about status. It's not about providing solution or solving a problem. So beware of that. Okay, it's a landmine. Like you use it, they flag it immediately. All right.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but so far your presentation is excellent. Then why did you choose this school?
Firstly, this school was recommended to me by the director in my organization, who is an alumni of this school. He spoke so well about this school on how practical and experimental they are. Secondly, the curriculum for business administration at Edward College aligns with the areas I want to explore, which is the role of the role of management, effective management and development of real estate businesses in Nigeria, where I intend to work with the lecturer in the department, Professor Hunter Oyati, who is a professor in management
You
studies.
don't this you're making it longer. Make it short. You don't have all the time. So can you repeat it again, but make it very short and simple? Why did you choose this school? First, you mentioned the first one, it was highly recommended to you by a former student. Secondly, do you have a scholarship?
No, I don't.
Okay, then secondly, talk about a problem also in your organization that this school has a solution to it that aligns with your objective, that aligns with your program or your research. Save yourself
Yeah,
the energy.
it's,
Eh?
I've thought about my research. That was why.
Yeah, but make it short because you don't have all the time. So talk about the second point. Why did you choose this school?
Secondly, I chose this school because the curriculum for business administration at Edgewood College aligns with the areas I want to explore,
Mention
which
those
is the
areas, please.
so
Can you mention those areas? No blanket statement. Can you mention those areas you want to
yeah,
explore
that's
and
what
talk about it, how it's going to connect to your solution?
yeah, I was about to say that to mention them.
I hold on. You don't have the time. Why do you need to say
Yes,
it?
I shouldn't
Hold
use
on.
that statement, the areas I want to explore.
Yeah. Why do you need to? I don't know how to say this. I'm trying to help you say things without preempting those things. Like this school has a research business school has a research program which does this, and I'm going to use those experience to do this. Can you present it in that way without mentioning the areas you want to? Those are long sentences. Use shortcuts. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I don't want you to feel bad about this, but this is just for your own good. You don't have to go a long route when you can use a short route. This school has a business school that does this. They have programs that do this, and these programs are experiences that I'm going to channel to this program or this plan that you have in your organization to solve the problem. That's what I'm trying to look for. Instead of saying they have a program that aligns with what you want to do, which you just save the energy. You don't know who you are meeting for your interview. So summarize. You can take your time and go back to it, look at this video again, and see where you can, how you can make it short and simple. You are saying the right thing, but I just want you to save time because you don't have it.
okay.
And the reason why I'm saying it is your course of study is not a STEM course, and you don't have a scholarship, so you don't want to go there to waste time. The odds are just on on your program, so you need to convince your VO why they should save this visa for you. If you are going for medicine now or you're a medical doctor, that's a different thing. If you are going for computer science and you have been in a different area, that's a different thing. You are not on STEM, So you really need to walk extra mile to convince your VO.
Okay.
Does it make sense?
Yes, it does.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying that when you are not on those courses that are stellar, like the ones that are being sought for, you just save yourself the time, shoot straight to the point, and make your impression and step out.
Okay.
You can try again if you want. Otherwise, you can go back to this video and rephrase. But so far, there's been a consistent improvement in your interview. I just want to commend you for that. There's been a consistent improvement. The reason why I'm doing this is if there's no good way or bad way to the interview. The most important thing is understanding the question. The questions may not come this way. It may not come this way. They may start asking you different things, maybe about how many schools did you apply and who gave you admissions, all those that they may just want to start from that. They may want to start from why did you choose this course? But your ability to be prepared for it gives you an upper hand in terms of how you respond.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. So um so who is funding your program?
My brother-in-law is sponsoring my education. He's also sponsored some of my siblings for their masters in the UK and they're back to Nigeria.
Bingo. Thank you for using that. So by using that, you just lay the pattern for me. Okay. Oh, okay. She has a brother-in-law who has sponsored other people. And for the fact that they were sponsored and they obeyed the visa status and rules and came back to Nigeria, it simply means I'm going to give you a chance. That's the way it argued. So that's good for you to mention that. Then, are you married? Are you single? Do you have kids or dependents? Those questions may come up.
No.
All right. So, so far, so good. Congratulations. Just go back to this video and check on those areas that I mentioned, the status stuff and short sentences. Short sentences helps you, especially if you're using bullet points. Don't breach your bullet points. All right.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I have a question.
All right. Shoot.
There's this particular question that is making me confused. The question of what will this degree do for you? I want to know if that question means why did I choose this course, or if it simply means my post-study plan.
What? Come again. What did what?
What will this degree do for you?
Yeah. So this degree will help you to answer the first question: why did you choose this course?
Okay.
So the reason why this kind of questions comes up are when that's why I encourage people when they ask you why did you choose this course, that is a time like is a limitless opportunity for you to sell yourself, talk about yourself. So
Okay.
hold on. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. God. All right. So when they ask you that question, they simply want to know why, how, your history past, your history present, and your history future. That is a time for you to sell yourself and celebrate yourself. Like you, talk about what you want to, what you plan, and what you intend to do, and what you're doing. So if you're able to establish all these points from that intro, they may not need to ask you this, what will this course do for you? Because right from the beginning, you've already established that. That's why I encourage people to use what they call logical blockers. You block those um, anticipated questions before they come. So in your plan, in your process of trying to explain why you chose the course, you integrate it into the question. You talk about it like, this is what you want to do, help you to solve a problem in your organization. When you're mentioning your organization, I don't need to ask you, are you going back home? You've already said that. I don't need to ask you what would this course do for you because you've already said that. Because you're presenting a case study. See what a case study can do for you, a problem you want to solve. So yes, they are the same.
Okay. My second question, I heard when you were saying something about the account statement. What if we are not able to like get a recent account statement for the account that we're using? Can we still take the six-month bank statement we submitted to the school for our interview?
Yeah, the bank statement is yours, but to be on the safer side, it's better to have a fresh one. If you don't have a fresh one, you can't kill yourself. Go with what you have. If they ask you, you see, these VOs, they are very smart and they're very understanding. Let me tell you, some people go for this interview, they don't ask them about bank statement. Do you know that?
Yes.
Some people go there, they don't ask them who is sponsoring you. That's why I tell people the first 120 seconds of your interview is when you make the impression. When you make your impression, if you can be trustworthy, they can feel it. These are body language experts. They can see it, they can smell it like coffee, who you are. So when you come there and they ask you, if you create doubt for them, if you create any reason for them to doubt you, they may ask you, okay, do you have any bank statement? I'm sorry, I don't have a fresh one, but I have the old one that I submitted to school. I was not able to print a fresh one. As sincere as your answer is, if I'm the one there, I'll simply okay, don't worry about it. Or okay, let me see what you have. This is how they reason. They understand you, but when you are down to earth, that's why I tell people, be down to earth in your explanation. Make it conversational. Don't go there to defend yourself. If you are defensive, you won't get a visa. Because people who are defensive are people who have something to hide. If you are saying the truth, you don't have to defend yourself. If somebody is trying to argue, tell you like you don't have money, you don't have this. Do you need to argue if you have money? You don't need to argue, right? So you go defensive when you don't have that thing. When you have that thing in this culture in the US, you don't need to make noise about it. So I will encourage you, if you have it, go with it. If you don't have it, when you go there, if they ask you, I'm sorry, ma'am, I'm sorry, sir, I was not able to print a fresh one, but I have the old one that I submitted to the school. Would you still like to see it, or would you like to see it? Period. They are very understanding. I can count on that. All right?
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, that's all. That's all.
All right. So any other person?
Good evening. I told you yesterday that my interview is tomorrow morning.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to go with you next. Okay. We have to do send forth for you. Hello?
Thank you.
We're going to do. Yeah, we're going to do send. Any other person going tomorrow? Do we have any other person going tomorrow? Hello?
I'm going back on.
What? Your voice is breaking. All right, let me go with the person that is going tomorrow. All right. All right. So, is this your first visa interview?
Yes, it is.
Have you traveled out of the country before?
No, I haven't.
Okay. And where are you traveling to?
I'm traveling to University of New Haven, Connecticut.
What are you going there to do?
I'm going there for my master's degree in business administration.
What did you study? What did you major in your first degree?
I majored in English language and literature.
And what are you doing currently?
I currently work as a PR and communications advisor in one of the leading PR companies in Nigeria.
So, why did you choose this course?
Okay, I fell in love with this course because over the years working in the creative industry, 7 years actually, I feel like I've come to a point of, um, should I call it stagnation, in quotes. And I feel like I've come to a point where I need to up my experience to be able to serve and service the needs of my clients better. Again, I think there's a bigger gap to be filled in the Nigerian creative industry.
Can you use the bullet points? Can you use the bullet points?
Okay, yeah, I forgot that again.
You know why I encourage people to use the bullet point? Do you know the reason?
Yeah, yes.
What's the reason?
To sustain interest and to sustain interest really.
And steady the focus. Yes. When you use bullet points and you're not violating it with long statements, your VO will focus on you until you finish the third point. That's a tactic I encourage people to use. I encourage people to use it strongly. When they ask you a question, you say, I chose this course for 3 reasons. Your VO wants to hear those 3 reasons before you finish, before they interrupt you. Unless you're making use of long statements, then they will interrupt you because it will get boring. So use it to hold their attention.
Okay.
Go ahead. Why did you choose this course?
I chose this course for 3 reasons.
Avoid
Okay.
as in avoid it. It simply means uncertainty. Yes, please avoid it. Avoid anything that will make you touch your face, touch your nose, touch your mouth. Keep an eye contact. Continue.
Okay. I chose this course for 3 main reasons. First, having been working in the creative industry for over 7 years, I feel like I've come to a point where I need to up my experience and polish my experience to be able to serve and service the needs of my clients better. Secondly, I noticed that there's a bigger gap to be filled in the Nigerian creative industry, and this became obvious to me in my current place of work. I realized that the core business administrators find it difficult to manage the creatives, the designers, the writers, because they have different nuances. And so I want to study business administration to be able to create a template or a rule of engagement and even policies to be able to manage and efficiently cater for creatives in Nigerian industry. Yeah, that wasn't good.
That's good. Then I can add to that as well. You are also doing this to be able to lift the face of the creative or the lift the face of the industry. You know the industry already. So to be able to upgrade the face of, give a facelift to the industry in Nigeria to be able to merge, to be able to measure up with their counterparts overseas. Is one of the industries that is also giving Nigeria money, and it needs to be taken seriously.
Yes, I was going to ask that. Can I mention that? Can I mention like give a statistics about the Nigerian creative industry, like how
They,
creatives
they,
are
okay, go ahead. Go ahead. Let me see, but make it very short and simple because that should be your third point. Assuming if you want to, because you don't want to bore down your VO.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Let's go again.
Go ahead with the third point. You can go back to the video and then
Okay. And thirdly, who says creatives themselves can be great business managers? In the future, I want to be able to create a venture to teach creatives who are, by the way, who make up 60% of the workforce in Nigeria, to train them to also become great business managers themselves.
Please have this point as the last. It's not adding so much, but it's not is not nothing. All right, but have it at the last. Okay.
Okay.
And so, why did you choose this school?
Okay, I said again. A little bit I chose this school because of three main things. First is that it was recommended to me by a CEO where I used to work before. He told me how experiential and practical their teachings are. Secondly, because of the I got a because of
How
my
what? Sorry, talk about that again. You were recommended by. Start from there, please.
firstly, I was recommended by a CEO of the company that I used to work with before. I'll mention the company's name.
You don't have to mention the company. Now, if this CEO is recommending you and the person you are making this choice based on how their instructional lessons, and that's not a strong point. Talk about this CEO, how much breakthrough he has had. That's what they want to hear. Talk about the success that this CEO has achieved, right? As a driving factor, as a driving force, not how much the school teaches. That's not a point. All right.
Yeah.
Please talk about this CEO. Thank God he's a CEO. Then talk about how they help him, build his own personality, build his business name, and how much he has made, how much he is. They may want to ask you, who is this CEO and what is the name of the company? Be ready to present that if you have that. All right.
Yeah. Okay. So firstly, the school was recommended to me by a CEO of the company that I used to work with, and because of the learnings he got, he's been able to build successful businesses from so. I probably would have to mention some of the businesses and how successful they are.
Good. Yeah, go ahead.
Secondly, I received a Dean scholarship of 30% based on my excellent academic records. And thirdly, I chose this school because the courses aligned with my core interests, such as policy enforcement, and management. That's it.
What did you just say?
Thirdly, I chose this school because the MBA courses align with my core interests in areas such as policy enforcement and general management.
Is there any way you can break that down? Come again with that point. Let's look at it again.
Okay. Thirdly, I chose this school because the MBA department has courses that align with my core interests.
Mention those core interests. Mention those core interests. That's what they want to hear. Talk about your interest. Talk about that interest, how it's going to help you in your organization back home. How it's going to help you solve a problem. I call those things you mentioned blanket statements. They are just covered. They are statements that is like a bag. Inside the bag, all these points are inside. Why do you need to drop the bag when you can just open the bag? Why? Why do you need to use a blanket statement when you can just open those interests? That's what they want to hear. Talk about those interests. Talk about how you can harness those interests in bringing a solution or solving a problem in your organization. That's all. All right.
Yes.
So go back to this video, watch and see how you can, digest this. And I'll get to the next question. Who is paying for the deficit of your program?
My dad. My dad is paying.
All right, period. They may want to know what he's doing. Has he traveled before? Has he sponsored other family members before? Has he?
Yes, he has. He has sponsored my sister to study in the United Kingdom. And she's currently back in Nigeria.
Please, when you want to mention my dad, who is sponsoring this program, the deficit, the remaining balance. My dad, he also sponsored my, just build a pattern immediately. He also sponsored my elder sister or my younger sister in the UK, and she's currently back here. They may want to divert and be like, what did she study? You know, so you indirectly diverted that conversation, but it's to your own advantage. So that will save you from the suspicion of, okay, how am I going to be convinced about giving this guy a visa? But by then, you already made that comment, all right? So just have that.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
So are you married? Are you single? Do you have kids, dependents?
No, I don't. I don't have kids, and I'm not married.
All right. So congratulations. So far, so good. So please, if you have any question, ask me. Otherwise, I wish you all the best tomorrow. I want to be, like, wake me up with the good news. I'm very, very positive that everything will go well for you. We are waiting for you on this side of the, on this side of the, uh, on this side of the river that you just uh, get over here. Okay. So
Thank you.
I wish you all the best.
Thank you very much. I have a few questions though.
All right, shoot.
Like I just want to be sure all the documents I have are complete. And there's something called someone sent something to me, an MRV receipt. I don't know what that is. They said I'm supposed to take it along. That never actually heard of that.
Why are people confusing you? Please, you see, I always tell people it's better to have more than to have less. Carry every receipt you've ever had, every document, including the one that they say do not bring to the embassy. Just keep it in your bag, keep it in your file in case if any question comes. Every receipt you've ever had, from savings to your what's it called, your appointment confirmation, your DS 160 confirmation, your bank confirmation, and bank payment slip. I mean, your transcripts, your just everything. Go online, Google requirements for visa interview. I think you should have
Okay.
them by now. You should have all that by now, because those things
Yes,
each,
I have everything up.
yeah. So stop allowing people to confuse you with all those comments. Okay.
You see, MRB receipts is your payment for visa, the clip they give you at the bank.
Oh, okay.
It won't be generated from paying online.
Yeah, which is what I said. Which is what I said earlier. Your bank statement, your bank receipt, just all those terminologies.
Is not. I have the bank receipt. I didn't print that, but I printed the one that says service I-901.
You should have the one that bank
Not
gave
service.
you.
You know when you went to pay for your visa, they give you
Yes.
at the bank, right?
Yes.
Yes. And either take that one or the one they sent to your mail. I think that's the MRB receipt.
Yes.
MRB is your visa payment receipt. The one they sent to your mail. I think that's the MRB receipt.
Yes.
MRB is your visa payment receipt.
Okay. So it's different from service.
Service is different.
You need to take your service too. You need to take everything.
You see, I instead of confusing yourself, brother, carry everything.
Okay.
Everything that has to do with this matter from the very first day you started talking to school to the last day. That's the way to put it. If you start sorting things out, it's up to you. But make sure you know what and where you have them. When you go to the embassy, they will ask you. Those guys at the entrance or the gate will try to clarify some of these things with you. But go with everything.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. I also have one final question. The time says 7:15. I just want to know how the timing works. Like, is it like when you can people miss their
I don't think they respect. Not that they respect. I don't think they stick to that. But the time is you have to be there at least before that time, so that you can go through the registration at the clearance. You have to go through the clearance time. I don't think they stick to. They don't specifically stick to it. But that shouldn't make you come by 10. this question shouldn't. This question personally, I won't ask this question. The reason is the time is this time. Just be there, because a lot of us, when we came here, we struggle with time, keeping time. We want to use Nigerian time to navigate Oyibo time. It doesn't work. So stick with that time, and you save yourself this question.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay.
I want to say something.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
I don't know. I hope you have a passport photograph.
Yes, I do. I don't actually. I was going to take today, but I'm going to take there tomorrow morning. The person that
That's a lot of money there. From what I know, I'm just saying.
I heard,
Yeah, I don't know.
The person that was supposed to snap me, the person doesn't really understand the specification tonight. So
you tell them now, just go. Tell them stand up.
All right. Yeah. Sort those things out. I when you talk this way, I indirectly look at your readiness. This is not, you didn't start planning today, so I don't know why at the 11th hour why you should be doing that, because when you were uploading your DS-160, you should have had a picture you uploaded. So this question shouldn't, the idea of you not having a passport at this 11th hour doesn't show a good I'm not being judgmental, but it doesn't tally well, because you should be able to, when you get to the embassy, you just walk in. You shouldn't be walking like talking to anybody. You should have that kind of recollection, focus on what you're coming there for, instead of having time to start negotiating prices and passport and all that. It puts your mindset. I went through that. I don't want you to go through that. If you are here, by this time, you should have had all those things, documents put together, not on the 11th hour. It's just like when you are preparing for exams. All of us went through schools. On the night of your exams, you start preparing for exam. You're not going to pass that exam, because you get into the exam hall tensed up because you're trying to get things together. But if you plan ahead, it helps you to relax. When you get to the exam hall, you sit down, recollect yourself, put yourself together. So this shouldn't come up at all. So it shows your level of responsibility and accountability. So avoid it if you come here, because if you come here, it's going to hit you really bad. And Oyibo don't send. Trust me. We all went through that. We thought, okay, we can always apologize. Nigerians, we like to apologize for every little thing. Oyibo doesn't have that. Even if they forgive you, you still pay for that. You still have to have a punishment for the mistakes you make. It will cost you either money or it will cost you something, your reputation. And once you mess up your reputation here, you're in trouble. It will be there for the rest of your life. So anything you are doing, your seriousness should be key to everything. Your reputation, carry it like egg. Your reputation precedes you. So be very careful. I don't have to say this to adults, but just this is my own experience. I went through it. I don't want you to go through that. That's one of the reasons why I'm doing this. I know what I went through each time I went to work for my visa interviews. I come back, the depression was too much. The feeling was too much. And I feel like, okay, let me just use this opportunity during my off days to just help Nigerians who might be going through that. That's why I'm doing it. So please take clues from this, okay? All right. You're welcome. The next person going tomorrow. Are you ready? We can do that quickly. Next person going tomorrow. All right. Any other person ready to go? Okay, David, you're raising your hand. You and Bruno, you raised your hand. Do you have a question? Yeah. What kind of question do you have? Eh? Oh my goodness. Bruno, I can't hear. Do you know I can't hear anything from you? Can you call me on WhatsApp? Can you call me on WhatsApp?
Okay.
Call me right now. I'll wait for your call to come in. Call me right now on WhatsApp. You've tried to talk to me before, and you're presenting a problem, and I don't want you to just go to bed with that. Can you call me right now? Wait for you. Are you there? Okay. So while we wait for him to come in, the next person, David, you raised your hand, and Alf Obala. Anybody?
Yes, yes, I'm
Okay.
there.
Okay. Yeah, you wanted to ask a question.
I have a question, please.
Yes.
If you have employment, if you have like on-campus employment, but it's not graduate assistantship, is it okay to mention it?
On-campus employment. How did you get that when you are still going for admission?
Background, right? It's the can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
It's not the background. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who's? Yeah. Go ahead.
The employment is to um is to tutor new divergent and like slow. I don't want to use the word slow students, but yes, on campus
Yeah.
at
About
the tutoring center.
are you a student already?
No, but I got that employment towards fourth semester.
Okay. But
I have the documents and everything.
let me encourage you. Focus on
Okay.
your visa. Focus on your interview. All right.
Okay.
Don't bring anything that will make
Okay.
you look desperate. If the employment is part of your how you pay your tuition, then you can bring it. But if it's not, please just focus on your matter. Don't complicate issues. Every F1 student has an opportunity to work on campus. The VO knows that. Why do you need to bring it up? Unless they ask you, you tell them that you have an on-campus assistant, teaching assistant job that you'll be doing.
Okay.
Yeah, they know that. They know the number of, every school knows the number of hours you can work, what you can do, but not outside the school. But if it's not requested, don't bring it out. It's not necessary. Focus on the question that
Okay.
you are going to be asked.
Okay. All
Yes,
right. Thank you.
you're welcome. I hope this helps.
Okay, it does. It does.
Okay. Yeah, David, you've been here for a while. Surunke, you've been here. You want to say something?
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah. Good evening.
Yeah, this is Faith actually doing right.
Okay. You're
Yes,
welcome.
and F1 and that.
F1 and F2.
So, yes,
Okay.
so I'm after with my master's in cybersecurity. Then I'm putting admission for university. And so I'm taking my specialized in action because because of the interview with September, I have to like, I don't want to decide. I have to send, just not decide. I can do online for now. Then why I decide that they are coming testing in winter. So
So what is the issue right now?
we issue like since we started saying we like things to see so like what questions, whatever like how is it same questions,
Your voice is
question.
breaking. Your voice is breaking. Can you come close to your phone, or you hold your phone close enough?
Okay. All right. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay. I'll say that now that I've started playing and um online and yeah, need for September interview. Is it the same? Is it just based on the same question? You know, like, okay, so decided to pay school fees, but like different or the statement of account. I don't know, like how the question like using like what falls, what your cost and the rest is.
Honestly, your voice is mumbling. I'm struggling to get you very well.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can.
Can you
Okay,
hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay.
Speak
I said, is it
slowly.
going to be on this? Is it even based on the same questions? Since I've already a student, done my online, I have my online ID card already. I want to ask, is it going to be the same question? Like, will they be asking me? I just want to know the difference since I was starting with them. I've been on orientation this on Zoom this 15th August, and lecture starts 6th before the second week. I'll be there. Second week of September, I'll be for my interview. I want to ask the kind of questions like I'll be getting.
The only thing I will tell you is do not allow overconfidence to just get encroaching to you. They don't send you. Trust me. Those people don't send, like your VOs don't send you. Once you don't give them what they want, they don't send you. So, and for the fact that you've already started it here, they would be like, okay, since you already started it here, go and rest. Let me save this visa for people who are ready to go. So do not think because you started it here already, you started it in Nigeria already, that is a reason why, oh, your visa will just sharp. No. If you go there, they will ask you questions. They expect you to answer those questions the way they presented it. You have to tell them what your course is from, tell them why you chose this course, tell them why you choose this school. If they ask you simple questions, answer them simply. That's all. You've been listening, right? You heard how I was able to go through with other people. The same question applies to you, unless the VO feels like, okay, let me just waive these questions and ask her, how do you feel about, like they can decide anything. Your composition, your expression, your articulation, and your focus will tell them what to ask you. But please, don't go with overconfidence. Go with confidence. Yeah, talk in a way that you have a conversation. Talk in a way that you are convincing your VO that this course is interesting and it's helping you to solve a problem. Talk about a problem so far that you've started that course. Talk about a problem that you've been able to use it to articulate, to solve. This is what they still want to hear. So sell yourself there, all right? And talk less about school. People go there to waste time about school. Talk about yourself and what you're achieving with this course in terms of your organization or here in Nigeria. Okay, the impact that your school, your organization is already feeling the experience.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Any other question? All right. Sorun. All right. Sorunke. Okay, so yours is yours is F2, right?
Is it me?
Yeah, yours is F2.
No, I'm the F1. F1. My husband is F2.
Where is your husband?
He's here.
David?
Hello?
David.
Yes, good evening.
Okay, yeah, good evening, David. So you had what I just said to your wife, right?
No.
Oh my goodness. All right, just go back to the video and listen to it. Okay. So when are you planning for your trip, for your interview? Okay. So just go back to the video and review what we just discussed. And yeah, everything should just be okay. Just avoid overconfidence because we will send you. Yeah. All right. Good luck. Good luck to both of you. Okay. All right. Somebody is calling me on WhatsApp. He tried to reach me here. You remember Bruno? So let me get back to him from here. If he picks, that would be wonderful. If he doesn't pick, I'll go to the next person.
Sorry, a quick one. Can I go ahead?
Yeah, go ahead.
It's my name. I'm already in the United States. Sorry, I'm here on J1, and why I actually linked up to this program is that I was my wife is about visiting me. Anyway, visitors visa. When are you organizing that of B1 Beach? Let me know because the rate they are denying people is too much now.
B1, B2. if she's around, we can she can call me on WhatsApp, or if she's around, she can bring it up here. I can make an exception to our case.
Okay, so how do I get your WhatsApp link? Sorry.
Okay,
I should go back to where I got this link.
You got it from a group, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so follow that group. That number is a US number. Just follow it.
Because she's coming to attend 2 conferences and visit me with my last baby. So
how long have you been here?
I came here June. I've been in the US before 2017.
Yeah, but this particular one,
I came on a research on J1.
Okay. I'm sure.
Back actually, I intend going back. I'm not staying back.
Good.
But subsequently, I'll work on coming back, but that will be after serving my 2-year rule.
Okay.
Not necessarily because of that 2 years, so just because I actually have to go back. I have something I'm doing.
Okay.
So, but she's coming to visit me, and I want her to be successful in her application. That's my only reason of joining.
So, what is she doing in Nigeria?
She's an optometrist.
They should give her. They should give her visa. They should give her
visa. She has worked for 12 years, and there's 2 conferences around Virginia that she wants to attend.
And which state are you? Which state are you?
Virginia. I'm in Charlottesville, Virginia.
Okay, up north. All right. They should be able. They should give her. I'm hoping on that. Has she traveled out of the country before?
Kenya. That's the problem. Only.
No, it doesn't matter. She has a professional course that is within the STEM courses, so she should be able. And you are here, so you're here on.
Before.
Eh?
We denied her before, but then I was in Nigeria. She was invited by her brother. She has not traveled by then, and she has not stayed long from her course. So now she has traveled out at least before. She had stayed longer, 5 years extra.
She told them. She told them she has a brother in America.
That time.
How long ago?
4 years ago. I think that was before COVID.
All right. Let her try this time that you are there. I think it will make more sense. How long have you been married?
11.
They should give her a visa. But let's let her reach out to me if it's okay for her. Otherwise, she can also bring it here. Today is my last off day, so any other time would be like late in the night, because I usually close very late. I work 7:30 to 3:30, 7 to 3:30. So my coming online will be maybe when I come, maybe around 10 Niger time or 10:30. So I'll try and be there tomorrow. Otherwise, you can just chat me up, and then I'll see how I can help with some questions, because there are some questions that she has to answer by herself.
Sounds good. However, I got 2 things from your aspect I joined. Who is sponsoring, and she needs to also secondly talk about the conference she's attending and how it will help us solve the problems of eye care in Nigeria.
Exactly. And then who is sponsoring, by the way?
I'm sponsoring. I've printed my Bank of America account. I have some substantial money from part of my sponsorship.
Okay. And then
this money in millions at least to move her this thing. So.
Okay. And then this program she's attending, what is it about?
It's a conference, Optometric Association of Virginia.
Good. So she has all the documentations and everything. She should be able to get a visa. I am like very strong with that.
There's another conference still in January, and that is on leadership and research training conference in Washington. That also wants us to put as a second conference that she wants to attend. Because those ones will actually
focus.
I will submit her name to the embassy.
Focus on one thing at a time. So let her focus on one invitation, which is one reason why she's coming. You can't focus on multiple invitations. Don't complicate the issue. Focus on one invitation and make the duration of stay at least 2 weeks. Then let's talk about that when I see her. How she will respond will give me what to ask. For now, we'll focus on F1 and F2. All right, my brother. Thank you for reaching out. All right. Yeah. Okay. I hope no other hands are up. David is on the line. He's been trying to reach me, so I asked him to call me on WhatsApp. David, can you hear me? Hello, David. Hello. Sorry, not David. Sorry, Bruno. Sorry, I'm sorry. Bruno is on the line. David, Bruno, can you hear me? Your voice is still breaking. Yeah, but I can't hear you. And after you go back and watch this video, you see that I can't hear you. It's breaking, like very strong. I can hear you. Yeah, I can hear you, honestly. But if you can't get me now, try and call me maybe after now, or any time before you sleep, and I will prioritize and try and reach out to you. Okay. Any other person before now, before we end? Okay, Azubi, can you raise your hand?
Yes, please.
Yes.
Hello, Mr. Anthony.
Yes, Azubike, yeah.
Okay. I don't know. I'd like to be interviewed as well. My interview is coming up next week.
All right. Where are you traveling to?
Abuja.
No, that's not the question. I said, where are you traveling to?
The US for my doctorate degree in mathematics.
That's the embassy where you are is already in the United States. So when they ask you where you're traveling to, you tell them the name of your school and the location of your school. All right. So okay. Where are you traveling to?
I'm traveling to Clarkson University at Potsdam, New York City.
What are you going there to do? No. Don't overtalk. If they need more information, they will ask you. They asked you now, just where are you traveling to? Don't overtalk. Allow them to ask you. That's why you're there. So where are you traveling to?
I'm traveling to Clarkson University at Potsdam in New York City.
Period. Then the next question may come this way. What are you going there to do?
I'm going there for my doctorate degree in mathematics with a concentration in applied statistics.
What did you study in your first degree?
I studied mathematics and statistics from the University of Lagos, and I finished August 2017.
No. Hold on. They don't need all these details, sir. What did you study what did you major in your first degree? Simple. I majored in mathematics. Period. Does it make sense?
Okay.
Yeah. Don't. We are Nigerians. We like to talk. Oyibo doesn't like too much explanation. When you explain too much, it makes you feel like you're desperate. So, and you're not desperate. Even if you are, you don't have to show it. So the question is, what did you major in your first degree?
Yeah. I majored in mathematics with a concentration in statistics.
And what are you doing currently?
I currently work as a teaching assistant in the Department of Mathematics at the University of Lagos.
You don't have to mention all these details unless they want that. But this is okay. All right. This is okay. What you're doing, you are in the teaching field, which is wonderful. I appreciate that. Then, what are you going for? You're going for PhD in mathematics.
Yeah, PhD in mathematics.
Okay. So why did you choose this course? What's so special to you about this course?
I specifically chose this course for 3 reasons. Firstly, I was fascinated by the research interests of Professor Mohammed. His research on the application of the GIS on crime perfectly aligns with what I did during my undergraduate studies at the University of Lagos. And secondly, the mathematics department at Clarkson University gives me the opportunity to specialize in 2 major disciplines, which are in mathematics and also in statistics. And thirdly, I would have the opportunity to work with renowned professors in the field of mathematics and also sharpen my mathematical skills, in which I'll be coming back to my home country after I'm done with the program to take up a full-time lecturing position at my alma mater, University of Lagos. And lastly, the small class size at Clarkson University gives me the opportunity to work one-on-one with my professors and also to help my research skills as well.
You see all your answers. You spoke eloquently, but the points are not convincing. Let me give you an instance. When I ask you those questions, that does not mean what they are going to ask you. Those questions are those preliminary. They are just for my own. What I'm doing, the reason why I'm asking those questions was just to build a background about you. What I expected you to say is, why did you choose this school? You go into those background I asked you. I chose this course because I have a background in mathematics, or I majored in mathematics in my first degree. And having been teaching mathematics in this university for the so number of years, I feel limited in my experience to continue to serve and service, to continue to serve my students. Then you build from there. Then these points you mentioned, they are good, but how does it solve a problem for you as a researcher? You are going for PhD. You have to pick a case study in your experience as a mathematician. Science is always evolving. Talk about a new trend in your field. Talk about how you're going to solve that. Because I usually discourage people from talking about taking up a new position. Rather, talk about it in a way that it serves you, serves your purpose. For instance, if as a mathematician you are presenting your case, you talk about you as a PhD holder, you can be a dean. As a PhD holder, you can be part of the Senate to make decisions, regarding the whatever that is going on in school. These are options that could be a reason for you to pick a school or for choosing a course. So apply these things instead of talking about how you're going to be working with Oyibo in your school. Apply it to yourself, how you are going to acquire this knowledge from them to solve a problem back home. Did you see the way I presented it? Your presentations are okay, but they are too eloquent to convince me. Because what your interviewers are looking for are practical contents of your research. Do you have a research?
Yes, I have a research I'm working on.
What is the research?
I'm working on the application of spatial statistics in the field of the application of the spatial statistics and on crime. And the objective of the research is to curb or reduce crime rates by using spatial statistics through crime mapping, crime evacuation, crime identification, and crime pattern analysis.
Good. So why don't you present this as a case study, something you are working on that this school also has people to help you work on? Does it make sense?
Okay.
Because you have for you to convince me, I need to be sure that this case you are presenting applies to you personally. That's why you're choosing this course. You have a case, you have a problem. Because what education does is to provide a solution or to solve a problem. I discourage people from celebrating professors they don't know, from celebrating schools they've not been to. I strongly discourage people from doing that. And one of the reasons when I started this, I tell people, please don't mention people's names. Your VOs are not interested. They don't know those people. Those people don't know them. Why do you have to waste time talking about somebody that is not going to help your matter? Why not use that energy, channel it to your matter, to your case? Look for cases that will help you to convince someone that is there holding your destiny. This is my own way of presenting it. And I've had success rates about people going this route. So I'm just handing this baton to you. It's up to you to either look at it this way, present your case. You have a case. First, you talk about, why did you choose this course? I chose this course because I majored in mathematics, and for the past so years, I've been teaching as a professor or assistant. Just don't talk about assistant. Talk about you as a professor, because what you're providing has no assistant on it. You understand what I'm saying? It's not an act of humility. The simple thing is what you are presenting is as a professor. You are not presenting teaching in that school as a what's it called, as an assistant. So present yourself as an authority. Claim your authority when you're talking to your VO. Say it. I am currently teaching in this school. I've been here for the past number of years, and so far I've been having challenges regarding this. In terms of how you apply your experience with your students, it has not really over the years, you've not been able to, solve this particular problem. Hence the reason why you are choosing this course, to be able to upgrade your experience, to be able to tackle this problem. Mention the problem. Then you talk about the research you're doing, this same research you're doing, in a way that, in a very succinct manner, just very simple. I've been working over the years, I've been working on this research to be able to track and monitor and do this statistically. But this professor or this school is offering me an uplift to that because they have tools to be able to do that. That's what they are looking for. Practical ways apply to you directly. Personalize your problem. That's what they're looking for. All right?
All right, sir.
Then, why did you choose this school?
Yeah, I chose Clarkson University simply because I was fascinated by the research interests of a professor in the field of mathematics. His research perfectly aligns with what I did during my undergraduate studies.
Okay, hold on. I want you to bring this point as the last point. Do you have other points you can give up? You can give to support your case. Maybe I'll give you some. Do you have any recommendations from people who have been to that school?
No, I do not have any.
Okay, so because usually I encourage people to use references. If you have references, anyone who has been to that school, and I don't know how you found the school, so many ways possible. So I usually encourage people, references also build bridges. If you don't have that, you can talk. Do you have scholarship?
Yes, I was offered a fully funded program that
Good.
covers.
So that's a reason to choose for choosing a school. Give yourself credit for that. I chose this school because I was offered a fully funded scholarship that covers both my tuition and boarding and everything, that is the reason why you chose this school. They may want to divert and say, did you choose any other school? You didn't have any reason to choose because you already got what you needed from your first application. If you had other schools you applied to, it's up to you. But I don't want to. If you have what you need, I usually don't encourage people to go that route so that you start making conversation. If you already have a scholarship and you got your school, if they ask you, don't go into that conversation because every conversation you go into with your VO can lead to another conversation. So the lesser you talk, the better for you. You don't want to start another civil war, like another conversation. So the shorter you end the conversation, the better for you. Don't lead into a conversation that will lead to another conversation. Then if they ask you, since you have a fully funded scholarship, they may not ask you how you want to take care of your stuff, but they may want to ask you what you're doing, which you've already stated in the beginning. You see why I said that? You've already stated that. And they may want to know, are you married? Do you have kids or dependents?
Okay. Yes, I am married.
Do you have kids?
Oh, yes, I have kids. I have a boy and a girl.
How old are they?
My boy is almost 3 years and 7 months old, and my girl is almost a year old.
Okay, so they are building a pattern now. So they may want to know, how long have you been married? Is your wife traveling with you?
Okay, I've been married for 4 years now.
Then is your wife traveling with you, or why is your wife not traveling with you?
My wife will be going with me right now because she's currently very busy at her place of work.
And she'll be coming back later to see me, to visit me with the kids.
Okay.
Can you add that? She'll be visiting later, to see me with the kids. She'll be visiting with the kids later to see me. You present it that way so that it does not feel like you are running away or that you're making a case out of that. All right. She'll be coming to see me when she's free. Um, your objections are your statements are cool. Then you are doing PhD and mathematics is part of the STEM. I don't see any reason why you can't get your visa except yourself. Yeah, you should be able to get your visa. So present your case very well, and let this confidence that I'm feeling from your responses be there for you when you talk. All right. And then if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Okay. So far so good. Congratulations. Please go to the YouTube, like, share, and subscribe, please.
All right. Okay,
please. All right. Any other person?
Sorry, how do I go to the YouTube? I'm new to this thing so that because I enjoy what I'm hearing.
Okay, please. I'm going to send you the link again. I'll send the link in the chat. Yeah, the YouTube is roaming and it's just there. Okay, I just got it.
I hope there is room to overlike it. Sorry.
Yes, you can. Just go look at the videos and keep liking. Please, the YouTube channel is on the. I just posted it in the channel now in the chat section. Just click on it. Click on the chat, please. Everybody, please. We are. Please, everybody, just go to the channel. Just click on it. Click on that. Like, share, or subscribe, so that whenever I'm online, you can easily catch on me. So I usually encourage people to do that. And each time you keep liking and sharing, it helps to open up the channel for other people to see them. Each time, whenever you go online, it's easier for people to see it. So that's because you're connecting with the channel. When you connect with the channel, it makes it easy for you to find it, for other people to find it too. So
please, can you put it again? I was logged out.
Okay, I'll put it again. Yeah, please go on the YouTube. Thank you, Sarah, for liking. Yes, I'm seeing that. Please subscribe, like, and share. That's all I ask from you. Nothing else. Nothing else. Just subscribe, like, and share so that other people can have access to that. I'm ready for one more person. How many people still want to go?
I still want to go. My interview is next week.
Okay, who else is next week?
They keep logging me out each time I tap on it. No problem.
Okay, just take your time. Take your time, Chime. Take your time and
let me screenshot it.
Is it on the chat session?
Yeah.
It's there. You can go to the group wherever you found my name. You can go to the group wherever you find my number. Just click on it there.
Okay.
Yeah, go to the group wherever group you saw my post. Just click on that on it there. You find it and then you can just see it is live. All right. I'll take the next person. Who's that again? Yes. Okay. Yeah. Olua, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay. Is this your first interview?
On F1, yes.
Okay. You've been denied before.
Yes, for a visitor's visa.
How long ago?
2014.
2014. Okay, that's a long time. And so 2014 simply means you have another passport.
Yes, I have another passport. It's still connected to the previous one. Because
yeah, that's fine.
There's no way I could put the new passport.
All right.
My details are already fixed into the system.
Yeah,
so
that's fine. That's fine. Yeah. So where are you traveling to?
Traveling to the United States. with my
That
master's
that
in English.
that embassy is the United States. So when they ask you where are you traveling to, you simply mention your school and the location of your school. Wait, are you just joining?
Yes, I'm just joining.
Okay. So when they ask you that question, you simply mention your school and the location of your school. Okay. So, what are you going to the US to do?
Going for my master's in English and literary studies.
What did you major in your first degree?
I studied English language. I have a bachelor's in arts and English language.
You have a bachelor's in what?
I have a bachelor's in arts and English language at Obafemi University.
Okay.
And I graduated in 2019.
Save yourself the over information. The question is, what did you major in your first degree? Period. Just answer it and move on. Don't go into explanations. They don't need that. All right. They don't need that. Just save yourself that energy. So, what are you doing currently?
I'm a graduate research assistant where I work under Professor Kendi.
You don't need to mention names. You don't need to mention names. Just you are a graduate assistant. So you are in a university currently.
Yes,
okay. Yeah. So what are you going for? You're going for your master's degree in what?
English language and literature.
Okay, English and literature. So why did you choose this course?
I chose this course because it would help me become a professional and literary writer. It will also help me fulfill the dream of impact teaching young people. I have a passion for teaching and lecturing people, and one of my goals is to establish a school at the long run. Also, it will also help me take up the role of an assistant lecturer upon my arrival to Nigeria.
I usually talk about people using the word role. You're not going to school to get roles. You're going to school to solve a problem. What problem is this school going to help you solve?
The course?
Yeah.
Sir?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I like it. It will help me become a professional literary writer. I love writing. Writing is something I've always had a flair for.
You enjoy writing. So have you written any works already?
Yes, I've written several books.
Several books. Do you have those books?
I don't have them with me yet.
But you have them published?
Yes.
How many books have you published?
Then also I have a great passion of teaching.
Hold on. How many books have you published? You see, if you do this during the interview, they ask you one question, you jump to another one without answering it. That's a red flag. So be very careful. Pay attention very well where they are pointing. I asked, how many books have you published?
Okay, I published 2 books.
Do you have those books? Can you lay your hands on them?
I don't have them with me at the interview now.
But can you go to the interview with them?
Pardon?
Can you go to the interview with them? Can you have them in your hand during your interview?
Okay.
You are dodging my question. You're not answering my question. I asked you a question. I said, can you take those books to interview on the day of your interview?
Okay, I'll take them. I will take them.
I don't know if you're understanding how I'm throwing my question, because this is somehow the question, how the questions will come. And if you I don't know if you understand what the word sophistry. Sophistry is a clever way of, I'm not saying that's what you're doing, but it's a clever way of diverting from questions when questions are thrown. You either act like you didn't hear it or you act like you didn't understand it, but the question is still the question. So be very careful so that these body language experts will not look at your responses as diversionary. So few times I asked questions, you didn't answer you didn't respond to the question, you responded to what you have in your mind. Avoid that, because if you do that with an interviewer, what they simply suspect is that you have something you're hiding. This is my own notice, and I'm sure everybody listening to us can also notice what I'm saying. So it's diversionary. You can watch this video later and see what you're doing so that you see the diversionary um, uh, sense of your argument. Because when an interviewer asks a question, they expect you to give a feedback to that. That's what communication is. So when they ask a question and you answer another one, it simply means there's no communication. So it cannot be their problem. It has to be your problem. So I'm not judgmental now, but I'm trying to help you to pay attention. Maybe you're not paying attention. Maybe you're distracted. But put your attention into what your VO is saying. When they are talking to you, pay attention to them. So I asked you the first question: do you have books you publish? You diverted and later said, responded to that. Then I said, can you take them to the interview? Can you lay your hands on them? You didn't answer the way I expected. You said, okay, I'll take them with me. It's either you're distracted or you're not listening to me or you're not paying attention. I don't know what the case is.
Who asked me that should I take them to the interview? I thought it was you are the one asking me, not the view. I felt like the view.
Your interview has started. Your interview has started. So I'm trying to put all these things together. I'm trying to put a pattern as to what will help you in your interview. So let's go back to it again. Okay. Are you ready?
Okay, but I wouldn't be able to take them to the interview.
Why?
I can't, I don't really have the books published. So I just said that question assuming that I was in an interview and I had to say something.
Yeah,
so
because okay, but if you are there at the interview and they ask you that question, do you have your books published? And you say yes, they may want to know about it, or they may just type and Google to check on those books. They will ask you what are the names. That's why sometimes when you see them typing, they are typing to Google what you said. So you may, and if you say for you to publish a book, you have definitely an ISBN number, the International Book Standard registration number. They'll just check on to see if they can find the book online. They'll ask you, oh, did you publish it? Was it published online? Was it? All those things are just details that you just go online to Google it to check. So if you have the book in manuscript or if you have it published, please go with it. This is just where I'm driving all this while. All the things I'm saying, you have a manuscript. You have a manuscript that you can print, right?
Okay. I can print something, yeah.
If you have a manuscript, you definitely have. If you have a book, you said earlier that you published and then later you recanted. If you have the book,
I've written books before, but like I don't have them. I don't have the soft copy. Maybe on my system and just write, but like I don't have something I can take to the embassy.
That is a manuscript. It's called manuscript. So print the manuscript and take them to the embassy. That's all I'm trying to establish. All the things we are talking about, what I'm trying to establish is, do you have something handy that you can show as a proof of what you are doing? Simple. All these things we are running around, is not going to help. Like your VO, they know. In fact, when you are talking like this, they can look at you and feel they feel what the truth is. So you have to be very careful. So if you have a manuscript, as you mentioned, you've written something, print them out. Go to the embassy. When you're talking, why did you choose this course? I chose this course because I want to I'm a writer, I'm a literary writer, or I'm into this, I'm a research assistant, I'm working on this, and currently I have these books I've written. I want someone to help me make them better. I'm telling you, you get your visa. I need someone to upgrade me. I want to specialize in writing. I have already started. These are my works. They are all in manuscript. They are not published yet, but I need someone to help me. America is a literary community. Everybody wants to read. They will give you visa. But what I'm trying to say is to help you iron your case. I'm not here to teach you what to say. I'm here to guide your ideological wavelength. I'm here to guide your thoughts. But I can't guide you unless you give me the information. You have to come to me like your lawyer. You have to give me everything you have. It's up to me to deconstruct, galvanize, and help you present your logic. That's why I'm here for you. But if you are restricting your information, your conversations, which are not private, then it makes it difficult for me to help. So all these things we're running around is for me to get simple information. Do you have something palpable that you can present to your interviewer and say, these are my works so far. I want to do well. I know that I'm not where I want to be, but I'm working on it. I've been writing, I have more, but I need someone to help me. These professors have agreed to help me to polish my writing skills, to establish myself as a good writer. These are my works. That's the reason why I chose this course. And my students are waiting for these works because we have gotten approval that it can be, we have gotten approval that it can be used for my lectures. These are things I'm teaching them, period. Does it make sense? So if you are coming to me here, come to me like your lawyer. I'm here. I'm not here to give you what to say. I'm here to listen to you and present your case well. So all I'm saying here is have something printed, have them, make them visible enough in such a way that you go there, the first case you are presenting, why did you choose this course? Sir, I chose this course because I'm currently teaching in this school and I majored in this area. And over the years I've been teaching, these are the works I've produced. I'm not where I want to be. I'm still working on these projects. I'm still working on these. These are all my work. They are still in manuscript. I could not publish them because I feel I need an expert experience to vet these products, to vet what I'm doing for my students to be able to access them and use them. Present these whole things. The same thing I'm telling anybody going for PhD, because if you are going for PhD and you come there and start talking long story, it's not helping any sense. Have something at hand. Have something like a research work, even if it means an upgrade of what you did in your masters. Bring it up as an upgrade because education is continuous. Bring it there. Come to your interviewer. Present them. They are there to help you. They can feel it. These are body languages, but they can feel it when you're lying and when you're saying the truth. Present it. This is the work I've been doing. I'm not where I want to be. I've consulted with these professors and they're ready to help me become better. Period. I don't know how else to say this. I will jump to the next one. Next question. Why did you choose this course? Why did you choose this school? Sorry.
I chose this school because the curriculum aligns with my career goal. As an English language expert, an English language student, I will get to take 15 literary courses like linguistic, grammar, rhetoric studies, cultural studies.
You can't convince me with that. You can't convince any VO with that. So rather, do you have a scholarship?
I don't have a scholarship.
You see, so they all, you have what?
I just have 1,000 scholarship, 1,000 scholarship.
It's a scholarship. Even if it's $50, it's a scholarship. So, excuse me. So even if it's $50, $50, it's still a scholarship. So, excuse me. So all I can tell you is, when they ask you that question, why did you choose this course? Why did you choose this school? Do you have any reference? Anybody who recommended you to the school, your professor, your colleagues, someone who has been to the school?
Well, I made my research online and I found the school.
Okay, so your case is becoming a special case. So you really have to convince your VO. So let me backtrack again. When they ask you why did you choose this course, don't just say it aligns with your this, your that. Talk about it in a positive sense. First of all, you chose this course because you were awarded a scholarship. How much is your total tuition, total money?
3,400.
How much?
3,400.
So
Scholarship.
33,400. Then you minus 1,000, so you have 33,400. So you have 32,400. So it simply means
200.
eh?
Minus 23.
Okay, 23. So you have 22.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have 22. So if they ask you, why did you choose this school? You chose this school um, for two reasons. First, you got a scholarship from this school, and you mentioned the amount of the scholarship. Then you also chose this school because this school specializes in literary. You talk about it in your language, literary, whatever, whatever. They have this research strength in literary function that can help you to, solve yourself, sort out yourself, solve your problems as a literary, a writer or whatever. You know the language of your course. You present it in such a way that you apply that problem. You have a problem you want to solve. Present it in such a way that this school will help you solve this problem. You present it in such a way that this school will help you solve this problem while you are there, so that you'll be able to use that experience to, engage your students in Nigeria as well as become a good writer. I don't know if all these things, if all these things I'm talking about are helpful.
Yes, I'm writing them down.
You don't have to write it. They are live, so you can go back to the video and listen to them. Okay, it's on the 2 hours and 13 minutes. So just go back on the 2 hours on the 120 minutes, and you'll be able to listen to it. All right. Then who will be sponsored? Who will be paying for your education? Hello.
Yes, my only sibling and elder sister, Tolulope, is the one funding my deficits. She has a combined income of 60 million.
Hold on. They didn't ask you that. The question is who will be funding your program?
My only sibling and elder sister.
Your only sibling. Is that what you said?
Yes, please.
And who is this your only sibling? Your brother or your sister?
I said my only sibling and elder sister.
Please, can you make this statement? You're an English student. Can you make it in a very simple way for me to understand? Who is sponsoring your education?
My elder sister.
Period. Why are you speaking grammar? Like, it's unnecessary. You see, these are common mistakes that we make when we meet VO, and we come out and be like, that VO is wicked. These guys know what they're doing. Simple sentences, you just make it to look complex. And let me also tell you, anytime you present something either illogically or you have faults or problems or any inadequacies that they found, it's not going to be against them. They use it against you because it's part of the exam, it's part of the interview. Your inability to present your case well or your inability to communicate well is part of the interview. So simple question, who will be taking care of your interview? My sister, my elder sister, period. My younger sister, period. Just go straight to the point and move on. Has this your sister sponsored anybody before?
No, she hasn't.
Okay.
She hasn't sponsored anybody before.
All right. So they may want to know what she's doing. You don't have to mention it here live. So they may want to know what she's doing. You have to have her bank account in case if they need to see evidence. So all these are things you need to know. Then the last question, are you married? Do you have kids or dependents?
No, I'm not married.
Have you traveled out of the country before?
Yes, I've been to an African country, the Republic of Benin, and I've been to several states in Nigeria.
Hold on. The question is, have you traveled out of the country before?
No, I've not traveled to the United States, but I've traveled to
Hold on.
an African country.
Let me help you and answer it. Have you traveled out of the country before? Yes. Then let the next question come, because you don't know where that question is coming. They may want to assess, have you traveled out of the country before? Yes. They may want to, okay, since she has traveled, they may not want to go into the details, which is an advantage for you. And they may give you a visa based on the fact that you've traveled before. But when you start breaking it, they may be like, oh, I thought she even went to UK. She's just an African country. Then that will be against you. That's why it's good to talk. Don't talk too much. Don't break everything. Let the question come. If she wants to consider you based on the fact that you've traveled before, that would be like, okay, she has traveled out before. Let me just approve her visa. But when you break it down and be like, oh, I thought she even went to a serious country. And you know how they grade these countries? They grade it by visa policies. If a country, if it's any country that visa policies are too stringent, very rigorous, gives you more opportunity to get a visa. Any country that's you don't need to struggle so much to get a visa gives you also a disadvantage. So that's how they rate those countries: class A, class B, class C. So if they ask you this question and you start blowing straight, please avoid over communication. So the simple question is, have you traveled before out of the country? Yes. Then they may ask you where and where, or where did you travel? Then you can answer those questions. So where did you travel?
Travel to the Republic of Benin.
To where?
To the Republic of Benin.
Okay, Republic of Benin. What did you do there?
I went for a tourist visa, and I also visited the university.
You've not answered my question. What did you go there to do?
I went on tourist. I went to spend a 3 days tourist. Then I also visited a university over there.
For okay. In summary, hold on. In summary, you went on vacation.
Yes, sir.
Period. The reason why I'm asking you, when you mention school, I thought is something that is in connection with what you're studying. Then that would make a case. If it's not, then it's not necessary. All right. So we are looking for something that can help your case. So your interview is difficult for me. Difficult because I had to extract the information from you, and it makes it very difficult for me. So I would encourage you to watch on some of this conversation, because your interviewers, if you make it difficult for them, they are going to watch that you're hiding something or something is going on wrong, and that's a red flag. I'm speaking from experience. So just look into that. Are you married? Do you have kids or dependents?
I'm married, and I don't have a child yet.
Okay, so the answer is no. You don't have to explain anything. No. So go back to this video and watch our conversation and see how it feels. I don't want you to feel bad about this because I'm here for you, but I want you to go back and see how you responded to this question and see how it feels. You can see for yourself. Okay. So this is just like an eagle's eye over your responses and see how it feels. All right. All right. I have 8 minutes more. I can take one more person. I can also take more questions if I don't have any other person.
Yes, I would like to go.
Are you? When is your interview?
Next 2 weeks, but I've not had any mocks yet.
Okay. Please, were you listening when I was engaging the last conversation? The last interview?
Yes, I was.
Please, please take note from some of those conversations we've had. Please. I'm stretched like very well right now. So save me the energy. I'm stretched right now. So save me the energy and take don't make me squeeze information. Just give me the information so I can help you present them well. Okay?
Okay, I'll try.
Yeah. All right. Is this your first visa interview? Have you been denied visa before?
No, I haven't.
Okay. And have you traveled out of the country before?
No, I haven't.
Okay. So where are you traveling to?
I'm traveling to Boston, Massachusetts, Suffolk University.
What are you going there to do?
I'm going for my master's degree program in marketing.
What did you major in your first degree?
I majored in political science and international relations.
And what are you doing currently?
I'm a marketing specialist.
Where?
With
Don't mention the company. Don't mention the
with a
company.
real estate company.
Okay. So, and what course are you going to study again?
I'm going to study marketing, master's in marketing.
Master's in marketing. Okay. So, why did you choose this course? What's so special to you about this course?
Okay, I chose this course because, first of all, it was recommended to me by my father's godson.
Hold on. I asked you about the course. I want you to save that energy for the school. Okay? Yeah, save that energy to come. But what they're asking you now is the best time to summarize your case. And what they're looking for now is your history past, your history present, and your history future. Don't go into diversion. When you go into this point, you waste time there and it will not give you any fruit, and they will not listen to you. So instead of wasting that time, wait for it. If the question comes, why did you choose this school? You can use it. But if it doesn't come in, use this time to answer every question you need. So why did you choose this course?
I chose this course because after my first degree in political science, I developed interest in the marketing industry. I was promoted to be the marketing manager at my place of work, and I realized I needed more learning to do better at this new position. And this course is STEM infused, and it will give me the opportunity to do better at this job. Secondly, our company just acquired 25,000 square meters of land for commercial estate development. And this degree will prepare me for this job ahead when I return.
Talk about that job ahead. You see, that's a blanket statement. They want to hear that job ahead. No blanket statements. Talk about that job ahead.
Okay. So it will help me.
You don't have to say it now. You can go back and watch this video later and rephrase on your case. But they want to hear that thing that you want to do. The more practical you are, the more chances you have of getting them convinced. That's what they're looking for. Down to earth. All right?
Yes.
Yeah. So that thing you call that job, please break it down in such a way that it applies to solving an experience and a solution. Present a case study. That's what they're looking for. Okay?
Okay.
Then, why did you choose this school?
Okay, I chose this school because it was recommended to me by my father's godson, who studied there for his master's in finance, and
He's currently in Nigeria. Don't forget that.
Yes, and he's working in a good company.
No, not a good company. You are not going to school for a good company. If you say that, I'm not going to listen to you. He's currently in Nigeria doing well professionally. That's what they want to hear.
Okay.
Yeah. He's currently in Nigeria doing well professionally. That's what they want to hear. Talk about it. And then go ahead. Why did you choose this course? Why did you choose this school? Sorry.
I chose this school for 3 reasons. It was recommended to me by my father's godson who studied there for his master's in finance, and he's currently back in Nigeria and doing professionally well. Secondly, the program curriculum is STEM-based, which includes machine learning for marketing in Python. And it will help me know the technological realities of marketing in the 21st century. Thirdly, they offer 3 concentrations, which include marketing analytics and insights, digital marketing, and customer experience, which will help me perform well in my marketing managerial position in the company I currently work in.
How do you feel about your answers?
I really don't know for now. I feel it's okay. I don't know if there's something I need to add.
If you feel it's okay, then it's okay. I'm only here to guide your thoughts. I'm not here to give you what to say. So far, I don't have any problems with what you said. But I always encourage people, instead of talking about something that I can just go online and copy. Use practical sense, practical case studies to present your case. This school is offering this. I'll use it to solve this problem in my organization. This school is offering this in this area. I'll use it to solve this particular problem. Talk about problems you have in your organization and plug it into what the school is offering. Like if worst case scenario, you can make a comparative analysis. In my organization, we have this problem. This school is offering this solution. In my organization, we have this problem. This school will offer this solution for it. In my organization, we have this problem. This school will help me offer. Like your interviewer will start smiling. They'll be like, "Oh, you have yourself worked out." I've not had anybody do that. This was how I got my own visa. Make a comparative analysis. Use every skill. They are human beings. They can smile. You can tickle them, and also that's a way of disarming them too. Have a sense of humor as well. Go there, make a comparative analysis, pick up case studies. In my organization, we're having this problem. This will help me solve this problem. This school will help me use it to solve this problem. In my organization, we have this problem. Do that and see how it goes. Okay?
Yes.
And do you have a scholarship?
No, I don't.
Okay, who will be covering for your program?
My father will be covering my program.
Okay, and they would like to know what your father is doing and how much he makes annually and all that. Are you married? Do you have kids? Do you have dependents?
No, I don't.
Okay, so congratulations. Just go back to this video and listen to it and see where you can plug in your answers. Okay. All right.
Thank you.
Was this interview, was it helpful?
It was very, very helpful.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask everybody. Amira, Momo, Alf, Obala, Amina, Chine, you've answered already. Sarah, you're here. Adedayo, you're here. Udwak, Abasia, you're here. Please tell me, how do you feel about the responses so far? I'm just asking for your feedbacks. Anybody can talk. Yeah.
Yeah. This is not me watching you or whining you. Practice with them, right? I've joined a lot of mobs, and this is the most important. Like, I look forward to all the sessions because I don't want to be a straight.
One person at a time. Alf is still having the floor. So yes, Alf, continue.
Yeah. So I've got
I watch I've been watching your YouTube videos at work, and I look forward to the mock sessions afterwards, simply because you just shoot it as like your feedbacks are top notch, and I look forward to the feedbacks because I know that when they don't come or they come not like trying to correct me, then I know for a fact that there's an improvement. And so yeah, thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank
So
you
far,
for
this
the
is the best small session that I've joined, and I've joined in on a lot. Trust me.
thank you so much
And this
for
is also the longest I've stayed on. Like I stayed on your more sessions to the very end, except if I sleep off for some reason because I'm tired.
thank
But
you.
I don't exist. So thank you so much.
Thank you for thanking me. I appreciate your honest feedback. I appreciate that. Sometimes there are moments like when I was talking to, is it me or so, the other lady. I felt at some point like I hope I'm not making this lady feel bad. I hope I'm not making her feel bad. But I had to tell her the truth. Like I got into that crossfire because the reason why we are here is why I'm doing this is to tell you that truth that nobody will tell you. Some people, the reason why I'm saying this is also I know I went this 8 times. Some of you have not been to that experience. It's tough. One single visa denial will shut you down into depression. I know what it feels like. I don't want any of you to go through that experience. So when I started telling her, give me the information you have, let me process it and give it back to you. So it feels like at some point I feel like no, I should just just say yes to everything she's saying, but it's not going to help her, right? But I still have to say it just to make sure that I do that. And this is what I do with everybody. When I engage you, I look out for those areas that you still need to work on so that I don't have to paint it to impress you. So that's what I try to do. So thank you so much for your sincere feedback. So another person was
Thank you.
talking before. Yeah, thank you. Another person was talking before I get that interruption. So yeah, I'm waiting for all of you for your feedback. Um, Momo, Amina, Ayobayo, you just came in now. Azubike, you responded. Sarah, Opeyemi, Uduak Abasi, what's your take so far?
I'd like to say you really handled it well. I think for the other lady that it was as if you were probably like, going through her, and I think you just did the right thing because definitely this is like a platform where she can, actually, get corrected to like do and say the right thing. So I was able to learn a lot from that because there were some mistakes that, obviously, to be in that position, I could have made such, but then, I could learn a lot from it. And overall, I think you did, not like I think, you actually handled it well. And big ups. Thanks for this.
Yeah, thank you so much. And this is exactly what, like your perception when I was talking with her, I felt, I hope I'm not going hard on her. But it's better that she had it dealt here, and tomorrow at the interview be like, okay, after all, I've gone through this, and gets her interview. So that's my reason why I did that, to make sure that I give her the naked truth that she needs to hear. So thank you so much for your feedback. Okay. The next person who wanted to talk,
All right.
yeah, Amir.
Okay, I'm just for 3 more sessions before this. There are 3 different mock interviews, and I want to see what yours is.
Thank
Want to
you.
thank you. But I was in one yesterday, and I don't know, the interview was just so nice. She was approving everyone, and she was very, very correcting and all of that. And there was another mock interview I was in. This guy he was so rude. He was correcting rudely. And like, if somebody answers, every other person just waits and start laughing at the answer. So it was almost like nice for me, but yours has been perfect. Correct us with love and all. And I really appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you for thanking me. I appreciate your feedback. Like I said, I told you my history, and I don't want anybody to go through that. You go for interview, first time, second time, third time, fourth time, and you don't give up. It's not easy. And I know with what is going on in Nigeria, not everybody can handle such a situation. That's why I don't want anybody to go through that. Okay, so thank you so much. Um, who else is there?
The session has been very insightful. We learned a lot. Even with the responses and even with the responses you've given to other interviewee, and it's been really insightful. And today actually is my first time.
Oh, really? Welcome. I should start ringing bells for some of you.
Other sessions that feel very shy and don't know how to, because I'm scared of someone just.
Yes.
I'm scared of someone just talking to me, but the session we just been, it felt like another brother's, a younger sister conversation and all, and it's just been really, really good, and I think I'm really, really encouraged to even want to have my own session the next time we're having the mock interview.
Mm, thank you so much. And I'm open to all suggestions how we can improve and get better. So I'm all ears whenever you have suggestions to make. And thank you for pointing that out, because that will help me also to do better. As much as I'm doing this, I still want to consider the feelings and the level, what it takes people to even come up to talk. It's not easy. So I'll continue to help however I can. So thank you so much. Um, and next person, yeah, next person. Otherwise, we'll round up here.
Okay, good evening, sir.
Good evening, Udo Kabasi.
What time it is?
Yeah, that's fine. There's a good there.
Okay. The mock session, the interview sessions have been very good and very guiding. I have not attended any of them, but just being here,
Yeah.
yesterday I had my session with you, and it was very enlightening because I had like something that I had prepared, but after we did the session yesterday, I've gone back and I've looked at everything again, and I'm very grateful, and I'm better prepared now.
Thank you. And part of that preparation should also be guided by your confidence too, not overconfidence. Confidence. You had me tell somebody today about overconfidence and confidence. So confidence simply helps you to function with authority and function in such a way that you know that this is what you can do, and you go there to do it instead of going there with fear and trembling. So thank you very much, Udo Akabasi. Thank you. Any other person before we round up? Who else has not talked? Okay, Ayobayo. Yeah, go ahead, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. You came in late.
I actually did not plan to come for mock this evening, but on a group that I belong to, I just had people talking about your group and giving a good review. So
really?
I need to have a taste of what's going on here. So this is the first time I'm coming in. I think the next time I will join very early.
I see. Which group is that they are giving this review? Am I there too?
No, it's just
okay.
It's just a few groups of people, like we just bring ourselves together.
Okay. So my matter has been presented in front of the Council of the Sanhedrin. Thank
oh my God. No,
Thank you. So
For such reasons to have brought me in, that I've actually had a good review about your mock session. So
I appreciate
it's
that.
actually a good one. It's a good one.
Thank you. And I just shared the group link, the YouTube link on the chat section. So please just copy and send it back to them. Keep them talking. Okay. Let them know what we did today. And you can also.
And thank you for your good works.
Thank you for thanking me. That is very important to me. I feed on your energy. I feed on your appreciation. That's all that keeps me, doing this. When I see the kind of how people feel relieved. I know there's a guy I'll be meeting next week. I met him on this platform, and we had interviews, and eventually, he got his visas, and I told him I'm gonna see him, when he comes down here. So he and his wife are somewhere in Kansas. So I'm gonna be seeing them next week.
I think I saw that your message, Ayo, right?
Ayo, yes, Ayo. So I'm gonna be seeing him next week, him and his wife. So
coincidentally, I am also Ayo. So I think mine is next. Maybe when I get to the US, I will say hi to you, or you say hi to me.
Sure. Sure. It's my pleasure to see all of you here. Like it's my joy. It will be my joy to see all of you here. But all the same,
I got my EA denied. Like my start date is August 21st. Like yesterday, the program starts yesterday and classes starts 28th. But I applied for EA. The date I got was October 2024, so I rescheduled to March because I initially had that we are eligible to reschedule for 3 times. I think 3 times, yeah, after the first two original one. So that was what I had in my head. I rescheduled just for me to have a closer date. I rescheduled from October to March 2024. Unfortunately, I found out that my reschedule option had disappeared. Then I found out they said they have changed their policy from 3 reschedule to 1. So I could not have another reschedule option. Then I had to apply for EA. So as God will have it, maybe unfortunately, the EA was denied. And now I'm waiting for what God can still do, Sha.
And you know that what God cannot do does not exist, right?
So I still check my CGI dashboard every day, even though
yeah. So I will encourage you. Okay. Two things you will do is since your interview is still next year, it's not coming so soon. You can either defer your admission, or you can defer your admission, and just keep your hands crossed. There was a very big rush this year. I can tell you, there was a very big rush, and it really affected
the situation of the country.
So
verifying and everybody,
So what you do is be an early bird. By March next year, just start applying, or even February, start applying for next year. Or you can also apply for January if they're offering your courses in January for spring. Just start applying.
Thank you so much.
Start applying and wait early. All right. Thank you so much, Ayo. Who else?
Anthony, please, can I ask a question?
Yes.
I don't know if there are people still.
Shoot.
Okay.
Is anybody? Hold on. Is any other person still without feedback? Is there any other person who has not given feedback? Oh yeah. All right. I think everybody has done that. Please, before you leave, go on subscribe. Please, before you leave, don't leave without subscribing. Don't leave without clicking the like and share button. All right, Al, go ahead.
Okay. It was regarding the feedback you gave me earlier, like before when we started, when I had my mock. I remember the last time maybe I missed it, so I want to get it right and then effect the change as well. When you said, uh, I don't know, I went with what I heard you or what I understood was it's okay to state as one of the reasons for wanting to go for the program to be that um, there is a need. I feel the need to upgrade my skill to enable me meet the current demands of my job. Is that okay? I don't know.
Yeah, because that's a need. Yeah, you can start that way. So what I technically do is I am just there to guide your ideas. You don't have to borrow my words, but you can borrow my words. So if you feel comfortable with using that word, yes, there's a need for it. You feel the need to upgrade yourself. You see there's a need for you to improve on your knowledge, on your experience, to be able to handle the task you're doing, to be able to handle your responsibilities. Particularly, I tell people, if you are, instead of talking about to assume a role, talk about what that role is. Talk about yourself in such a way that you have a role already, but you don't have the experience. So that's why you're upgrading yourself. Because education is not for roles, education is not for status. Education is for provision of solution and solving problems. So don't go there to talk about role. If you say it, they will bounce you. That's not what they want to hear. And it's a Nigerian thing. It's a Nigerian thing that people want to, oh, I'm in charge of this chair. I'm in charge of this office. That's not why education is there. Education is meant for you to provide solution. So you can say that if you feel a need for it, if you feel a need to upgrade yourself, if you have a need for to upgrade yourself. Does it answer your question?
Yeah,
Okay.
thank you.
You're welcome. We have new people just joined. Stella, you just came in. Yobana, Tonde, you just came in, and we are almost rounding up. So you can go back to the video and see what we did today. You might like it because today we did a combo. So I tagged it combo. Combo means F1, F2. So I don't know if you've seen those, Stella and Yobana. Have you seen?
No, not yet.
Have you seen any of my interviews?
No, I haven't.
So how did you come in?
Your interviews, I haven't seen any. I'm just part of the group chat, the WhatsApp group chat. So I
Oh,
came in that way.
okay. So what we did today, we just did took questions and interviewed and then made summaries on that. Do you have any question, you and Yobana, or any feedback?
Not really.
Yeah.